bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
It's like a place on tumbling. I'm water. Everything is not funny. You're playing fun. I play like this. My neighbor press one. He goes the fun.
ABC Nigeria. Nigeria. From top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
It's like a place on tumbling. I'm water. Everything is not funny. You're playing fun. I play like this. My neighbor press one. He goes the fun.
Good evening, everyone. Mazazoke speaking to you this evening of a wonderful Friday, the 4th of November 2022. By this time next month is going to be 4th of December. 20 days later is going to be Christmas Eve. Wow. A month and 24 days. A month and 20 days, sorry. It's going to be Christmas. Then it's going to be bye-bye 2022. 2022 has been a tough year, but not entirely. We thank God, we thank the creator of heaven and earth for the gift of life, that we are alive in the land of the living. Now, we are going to discuss a couple of issues this evening. And to join me here, let's come together. We are a family. And let us all join and let me know where you're watching me from. And also, for yesterday, while we had the Global Obedient meeting with His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, we did notice that some of you also supported this platform, and we say thank you for those of you who supported us by the use of the super sticker and super charts. We appreciate all your efforts and all your endeavors, especially to report, but not the least, Onyenimo, your hands and your tithes is all acknowledged. And I have Matthew here, who is watching from Dubai. Now, for those of you who want to be given shout outs, why don't you just give us your location? I love watching you. Thank you very much. I know you don't only love watching me. I hope you also like supporting us, because support us so we can do better than what we do. Heavenson Chinedu, thank you very much. And Godwin Walker, thank you very much. Before we start proper, let's go and get in our brothers. Let's gyrate a little bit, the obedient gyration. Then we'll come back and we start properly.
Our great Nigeria is very possible.
future, for better life, yeah, my people. For better roads, yeah, for better hospitals and health, yeah, hey. For light today, for everything to work for us, for Nigeria. Yeah. No more hunger. Obi for better Nigeria. Obedient and useful. Obi, yeah. Obi, yeah. I'll be obedient and useful.
So many of you, I hope you're obedient. If you're not obedient, I hope you're useful. If you're not useful and you're not obedient, there is nothing we can do with you. We better send you to Zaza room so that let's know if you might be useful to Zaza room. You know, I recall and I remember one thing. Know that when the former, what do I say, former? The current president, the one that has abandoned you all and ran away, and he's now in England receiving checkup, medical checkup. A man who has failed woefully, without mincing words, in doing anything for you because he has run away and he has gone to a foreign land to take medicals. And because he has done that, and many of us will not forget that a couple of years back, he said the following things to us. When he was contesting against Goodluck Ebere Jonathan, he asked rhetorical questions. If the naira in your account was better than what it is now, if everything was better than it was, that was in 2014. Last year, 28th of May, 2021. I had a bet with somebody. I said before Christmas 2022, $1 would hit 1,000 naira. And today, sadly, 1,000 naira equals $1. Yet these are people that came and told you that they were going to make $1 equal 1 naira. Then ask them what? Anyway, let us go to Buhari Oya Zonanzo. Megidani Zo. Zo Kawai. Zo. Make it quite.
You honestly, truly say to yourself that our country has changed for the better?
Buhari, whether it doesn't change for the better, I don't know, but go ahead.
Are our children safe when they go to school?
2014, they were safe. But now, all the schools closed. Buhari.
Are our parents safe?
For where? In the Southeast, people are relocating their parents because you run away to America, to London, to England, to wherever. They now go to your village, kidnap your mama, no say you go bring money. And now people are running away. So, Buhari, you are a prophet.
When we leave them at home?
No, of course, they are not, we know they are not safe under you when we leave them at home.
Is the naira in your bank account of greater value today than it was 4 years ago?
Oh, Buhari. Naira is 1,000 naira. See the way they look me, eh? Now so they look you. If they look me like this, if they look me lungulungu, Buhari ni. The naira in my bank account, the greatest mistake I made in my life was the 20 naira I have in my account that I didn't convert it into dollar. That is the greatest mistake I made. I should have converted it into dollar because the way you are looking at me, in fact, tell us again about dollar.
Then it was 4 years ago. I am Muhammad Buhari.
No. Tell
of
us
greater
again.
value today than it was 4 years ago. I am Muhammad Buhari. urging you to have your PVC, and on election day, you go peacefully and vote.
Did you hear him? On the election day, go peacefully and vote the APC, vote them out. If you don't vote the APC out, you have, listen, don't even go and march, don't go do any march, don't do anything. You must go get your PVC. If you don't get your PVC, you are an enemy. You are an enemy of progress. By the way, this is a Friday hangout where we take serious issues of national importance and we add some little, what do they call them, akpatashi to it. There is a condition if you must follow us on Fridays on this program. You must go grab something to drink. It could be water. It could be zobo. This is zobo, zobo. I made this one myself, zobo, no sugar. So it could be zobo. It could be the other one. It could be fan wine. It could be akpatashi. It could be anything. But the reason why we say that is that when you begin to relax, it's a Friday evening. I hope many of you are not working. If you're working, I hope you're not driving. If you're driving, please fix your eye on the road and only listen with the ears. Because we'll keep doing that which we consider right. It is Friday Hangout. That's the reason why we call it Friday Hangout. We take national issues, serious issues, we infuse slight humor because we not go carry Nigerian matter for head. Or who won't die for Nigeria? You won't die for Nigeria where they look at me like this. Eh? Well, I don't know for you. They say Nigerian matter. They carry them for Kana head because make you no go die in vain. So Kukuma carry them for corner head. Therefore, before we continue, let us quickly, by means of doing that, bring back the topic here. The topic says today is our Friday Hangout. And my argument is that Buhari has learned absolutely nothing from the death of his own brother from Katsina State in the person of Umaru Umusa Yaradua. Many of us fondly call him UMYA. And afterwards, we're going to discuss Ganduje, the Ganduje, the Agbada bullion van, Ogidi Gbogbo of Kano State. The bullion van, the bulliovani, and the benevolent bullion van, the stature and the statue of the Eluelus, where one Agbada has so many pockets, and the pockets are deep. And we'll talk about Matawalle, and these men were fingered in. And Wike, Wike, if he didn't dare, he didn't dare. Yeah, he didn't dare. If he didn't dare, he didn't dare. So all of them were fingered in an allegation, a report that came out saying that they were fingered in currency stashing. There are some cases and reports where I'm not saying allegedly before Wike. I don't want Wike to drag me the way he's dragging PDP. My good friend Kacho Ononuju. And by the way, 9 o'clock Nigerian time on Sunday, I will be having a one-on-one interview with Kacho Ononuju. You know why I said this? I don't want I don't want Wike to drag me the way the way he has dragged Atiku Abubakar. So that's why I put allegedly. Before I wake up, they say Njenje media has been served. Wike is saying, come and explain, why did you do this? And small time I will hear, if he didn't dare, he didn't dare. So I don't want to didn't dare anywhere. I beg. You know what I'm talking about? Another vigilance department. You know, before we come to Wike and there's another Vovulence department. I call him the Vovulence minister. He actually removed, you know, there is what you call dross and there is what you call Zazawan. So, no, half shimi and dross. There is a difference between half shimi and dross. And this man in question, a very good friend, a brother, I like him so much. He removed the dross of PDP. Think I'm joking. Cash, come in, come and show.
It seems to be like the butterfly and the caterpillar. Two of them said by the same egg, one must die for the other one to exist. So this is the natural progression. The PDP was the original table on which Nigeria did handle its transition from dictatorship to democracy. Now that table, as at now, 4 of its legs are not in one place.
Did you hear that? He said PDP's 4 leg is no longer in one place. So, Catch, who take PDP leg? I beg, tell us. What happened to the PDP leg?
Kwankwaso took 1 leg.
Waiting, did they quarrel? Why would Kwankwaso, of all people, take 1 leg of PDP? Catch, is there something we know that, or something you know that you're not telling us? Okay, say that again.
Kwankwaso took 1 leg of the table.
How can Kwankwaso take the leg? What do you want? Is Kwankwaso a carpenter? Okay, who took the other one?
Took another leg of the table.
Obi took another leg of the table and took it where?
Governor Wike and others with him took another leg of the table.
Hey, this thing has broken. Finally, this table has broken. You hear? Kwankwaso took 1 leg. Peter Obi took 1 leg. And Wike took 1 leg. No wonder the man in the National Assembly, you know him, another friend, Kazaure, so the table is now behaving like this. The table is behaving.
It's doing like this. It's doing like this. It's blinking, shaking, blinking, shaking.
The PDP table is blinking, is shaking, is blinking, is shaking. And there is one man that, the one that they call him something mockery. I think he's mocking himself. Would be with beer like you know that brush where they use to brush you know that one that normally talks like somebody who has there is some screws that has been unscrewed and is mocking himself. So PDP, according to him, is blinking and shaking his blinking.
So the only leg standing looks like what the Northerners will call Dangurugu.
Oh, catch on, no, you waiting now. Calm down. How can you say that PDP is now standing like a Dangurugu?
So whenever I go, people look at me and say, Yan Dangurugu, cause
catch Yan Dangurugu ni Kagani, okay.
So the man of the one-legged man, have you come? I feel ashamed. And I know I do not want to remain to play the Undertaker. I needed to move, and I watched, and I saw where the youth were moving to, and I saw where the majority of those you refer to as the Jonathanians in the PDP were moving to, and I simply had to think for the sake of my children and the future of the country. Since I believe this is where everybody in the PDP may finally come to, now that the agendists who returned from the APC came back with the same mindset of nepotism, have seemed to have captured our party. You simply need to understand when the things have changed. So we've moved.
Okay, so he has moved, and you are watching me now. You are still supporting those that told you. Now you are watching me. You're still supporting those that told you that they would do this to you. And you think...
Can you honestly, truly say to yourself that our country has changed for the better? Are our children safe when they go to school? Are our parents safe when we leave them at home? Is the naira in your bank account of greater value today than it was 4 years ago? I, Muhammad Buhari, I'm urging you to have your PVC, and on election day, you go peacefully and vote and make sure your vote count. Thank you very much.
Now, take this advice that he told you. Go and get your PVC. On that day, vote. Do not come out. If I vote, I stay. Where I go vote, I will vote to Mama. I will go to Fikin. I will go to Fafa. Do not vote for umbrella because it don't foot. Do not vote for broom because it's useless. Today, in the modern time, we use vacuum cleaners. The Germans call it the Staubsauger. So do not vote for those who are going to, after 8 years, their broom, because it is local, their broom is of no value, couldn't sweep anything. Rather, if they sweep the thing, they come inside. Corruption has now sewn trouser and wear half shimi on top of the trouser. Even after shimi self, the corruption wore skirt. So it means absolute nothing. And we cannot, in the words of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, you cannot reinforce failure. You cannot reinforce failure. Bringing them back is reinforcement of failure. Our brothers, our sisters, and our children were at home for so many months, 8 months going to 9 months. The simple meaning of that is that they lost one academic year. They've lost 1 year out of their life because we have incompetent men who are unable to engage the university staffs, university staff members in order to reach an agreement. They are unable to do that, and that's why the children and the younger ones stayed at home. Now, if this is the first time you're seeing my face, if this is the first time you're watching me, please do by all means subscribe to this platform, click the like button, and follow us. Later, we may have to drive this conversation further and have a follow-up of the meeting we had yesterday with His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. For so many of you who are obedient, who may wish to come on this platform and air their view, and because the consultation and collation of information continues. But hey, again, if we come down to the topic of this evening, has Buhari learned anything from the death of his brother UMYA, Omar Musa Yaradua? The answer is absolutely no. And why do I say that? He has governed for 8 years. He hasn't built no hospital that I am aware. The one in Asorok, he cannot even fund it. Nothing that he is doing regarding health. Rather, he runs away and goes to another man's country that is well built, and he is there receiving treatment. While he is there, our national presidential jet will be packed at the airport, thousands of pounds paid every single day. Now, pounds is now 1,000, right? £1 now equals 1,000 naira. No, actually 1,004. 1,004 naira as of this evening. 1,004 naira to £1. So it's not something to be joyous of. And we do not have anything that yield income in this country. We can only bring down that money to pay. Yet under the same man as Minister of Petroleum, he has mismanaged the sector. Oil theft is, you can imagine, oil. They now steal oil as if they are stealing potato and granite. That is where we found ourselves. So let me take some of your comments. Onyanimo says, Njenje, are you anti-hero? No, I'm a hero. I'm a hero person. I like a hero now. Who know they like a hero? I dey drink hero, but you know my best is Udi, up wine. Wow, Elema. Longest time I haven't seen you. Elema, welcome back. Good evening, Eleman. Very, very long time I haven't seen you. Brandy Joy, welcome. Nice to see you. Onyanimo, I'm glad that you joined us. I said at the beginning, I acknowledge your support yesterday. Be blessed. Bom Willie Jones, thank you for joining us. Michael Tochi is joining us from California. World Focus is joining us from South Africa. And Papo Binna Onyedot is joining us from Zaza Room. You know, I thought that Zaza Room is exclusively reserved for Buhari and his cohorts. Now, please, if you haven't subscribed, so many people, why is it, what's happening? Not so many of you are sharing the stream. Share the stream, let the people come in. Let everyone come. Let's have good conversation. Okay, people, let's make it happen. Greetings. I greet you. So now let's quickly move to one thing that I really want to talk about. It is the fact that whenever election comes, we'll begin to hear rhetorics that borders on ethnic sentiments. But there was this video. I want every one of us to pay serious attention to every single word spoken on this video. Because what you're going to hear next is truth, nothing but absolute truth. And it gladdens my heart that Nigerians are beginning to be awake to know that ethnicity will not help us, ethnic divisions will not help us, but what is going to help us is that we are going to look at ourselves as individuals, as humans, and treat ourselves same. On that note, I get this individual here to speak to us. Okay, come again, Mamadou.
My name is Muhammad Ibrahim Tafida from Katsina State. I grew up in Kaduna and graduated from Kaduna State University. As a Hausa man from northern Nigeria, even as little children, we were taught that the Igbos are not to be trusted. We were taught that Inyamiri, which is the Igbo, was the enemy. And so, today, out of ignorance, many Hausas think Peter Obi is the enemy. After going to the university to study, I've also traveled to different parts of the country, including Igbo states. I've come to realize that the real enemy are those selfish and greedy politicians that we have. It is only hatred and individual selfishness of our political elites that made them to mislead us. Out of ignorance, we were told only to vote for our fellow northerners. They said we should only vote for people from our side, which we did. But look at the present condition that we are facing in the north. We cannot farm, we cannot visit our families in the village. We cannot even move from state to state without the fear of being kidnapped or killed.
As a concerned mother, it feels bad to know that our daughters have been raped, kidnapped, and forcefully married. Our husbands, sons, and brothers killed on daily basis.
Killed by people who are not Hausas, killed by people who are not even from our country. People that were brought into this country by our selfish and greedy politicians.
And the people that brought these killers are asking us to vote for them and vote for their parties again. This evil must stop.
And the same people that we voted from our side and our religion, they know everything about these problems and they are doing nothing about it. We, the northern youths, we have decided that they cannot deceive us anymore. We are tired and we are voting for a new Nigeria. We are voting Peter Obi, we are voting Labour Party. We are voting for a new Nigeria where Inyamiri, the Igbos, and the Hausas can live in the same place, marry from each other, and live in peace, unity, and harmony. A new Nigeria where Bayerebe, which is the Yoruba, can live among all ethnic groups in peace, unity, and progress. Since July, we have been producing videos and films promoting Peter Obi, asking Northerners to vote for Peter Obi come 2023.
So now when you watch something like this, you find out when I say that I am happy that a lot of people are waking up. that the way Peter Obi says it, in 2023, do not vote for him because he is an Igbo man. Vote for him because he has the content of character. Vote for him because he is the right man to do the job. Because I tell people, imagine Nigeria to be a $1 trillion economy. Who amongst these three people or four major contenders would you hand over a 1 trillion company to manage, knowing that the life, your pension, the life of your grandchildren depends on how he manages that entity or company in question. If he manages it, you may have no pension, you'll be thrown out of the street, you live on the street. But if he manages it very well, your pension is assured, your children will have job, and you have security. Think about it. Does it then, if in this case, would it then matter to you that someone who is going to manage your pension and the future of your children, that it is an incompetent person from your region? There is something that has been going around in the last couple of days, and we say this: do not drink poison because it was bottled in your ethnic bottle. Do not drink poison because the content is put in the ethnic bottle of your people. Do not. Because there is one thing that will happen whenever you consume poison: you will die. This is not about sending all these, before some people will get angry when I say crap, all this crap of sending a missile, somebody will be in Benin Republic or France or anywhere, and he will believe that somebody will be in Africa and send him something and they'll come and catch me. And anyway, that's another story for another day. We'll treat that on a different date. But poison is a liquid substance. It's something you can feel, you can touch. And do not consume it because the person in question is from your ethnic nationality. Do not. And if we bear that in mind, that question makes sense. Recall that there was a time when APC was before they had their primaries. There was one pilot, no, let me call him a driver, because Nigeria, we don't fly. Especially in the judiciary, we have what we call aeroplane drivers. They drive aeroplane. You get it? If you know, you know. But if you don't get it, sorry, I cannot help you. I hope you know what driving aeroplane means.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
So if you don't get it, forget about it. I cannot help you. But that's on a sideline. And we had one of the candidates who was a pilot. But when the plane took off, he started begging for. Anyway, let me not bore you. Let me bring him in. Aya, pilot, come and tell us which airline.
You are pilot for the new Nigeria. That I might pilot this aircraft of the new Nigeria to its destiny and safe arrival to destination. I understand as I take off with this plane, as your pilot, there might be some few turbulences. Don't worry, nothing to worry about. Captain Rochas is in command.
Okay, sorry. Hey, stop laughing. Captain Rochas, I beg, continue flying this plane.
A few moments later.
Lord my God, come and help me, my Lord my God, come and help me, my Lord my God, come and help me, my Lord my God.
A few moments later,
Help me, my Lord my God. Come and help my Lord my God, my Lord my God. No.
So the plane crashed. You see, when you have a fake pilot, it doesn't matter if it's from your ethnic nationality. A fake pilot is a fake pilot. When he reach where he go reach, he doesn't know where the buttons are all of you go crash. And if you crash, so you better wake up. I'm telling you now, I'm giving you warning. If you have a, do not vote for them, because some of them can bamboozle you with words you don't know, like this one.
Before I go on, let me postulate from the Franz Fanonian dictum, which stipulates that the dialectics of reconciling two conflicting ideas is the algebra of revolution. The overbearing intervention of the state government had further exacerbated oporombium.
Buhari, I beg, laugh, because that oporombium, it's, sometimes whenever I hear that oporombium, there is this soup we used to eat when we were small. It's called otoropa. So I don't know if you get it, because that oporombium sounds like something you can, sounds like some edibles. Anyway, on a lighter note, bear in mind this is a Friday hangout, so we infuse humor in the conversation, okay, so that we don't make we no go die, because of Nigerian matter. Don't carry on for your head. Now, CBN brought out the announcement of wanting to change the naira. Suddenly, all the hidden money printed in 2003 mints are coming out. 2007 mints are coming out. 2009 mints are coming out. Check it out. That's wickedness. Now, here is a trailer load of money. Money coming out anytime.
Thank God, sir, they see it for weekend for the true. I will other people make them fit it for me. I will sit down there. You know, not say they look at my what you going to tell them?
So this is money, and we are saying there is no money in circulation, and this is money that they are now beginning to bring these monies to the bank. Sahara reporters, however, today, why I have to give credit to them on this story is as follows. Wike, if you want to debunk, better go to them. Go fight them out. Now, look at this story. It's an exclusive story. Billions of naira cash stashed in Abuja, Kano, Port Harcourt homes of Nigerian governors. The governors are Wike, Ganduje, Matawalle, uncovered by anti-graft agency. When they talk about anti-graft agency, in this case, the reference point here remains EFCC. So let me make this a full screen. Let's make this a full screen so that we will look at this together. Because these things are things that most times that border on issues that Nigerians, we keep asking yourself, if this were to be true. Again, no one has confirmed. But imagine where they tell you that in 3 governors' houses, or I don't know if it's in their houses, but Wike, Ganduje, Matawalle, that so much money was discovered in their houses. Or honestly, it beats me silly. Now, the question now is, how are they going to, utilize this money? According to Sahara reporters, multiple sources on Friday, that is today, identified the governors as Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, Bello Matawalle of Zamfara State, and Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State in an exclusive interview with Sahara reporters. The FCC chairman, Abdrashid Bawa, earlier said that the 3 serving state governors were being monitored over their monies to launder such billions of naira through payment of salaries. Now, what it then means that the governors will probably for the first time leave money in state coffers and begin to pay staff members with cash. So we are reverting back to the old days of paying salaries with cash, because EFCC obviously is monitoring them. But the question is, if you are watching me and you're from these states, if you're watching me and you feel that you want to help in blowing some of these whistles, please reach out to us. When they pay you guys for the month of November, reach out. Let us have interview. If you want to hide your name, just reach out to us and tell us this story. We want to have eyewitness account. Because if for the past years that you've been receiving your salaries electronically, suddenly for the month of December, they said you are going to be paid cash, it means that something is amiss, that something is not adding up. How can it be that people are hungry? People are hungry, and some people are wicked to really stash so much money for this long. When you see the words of mint coming out, no wonder the pounds, because there is no every external currency or every European currency, that is euro, or rather every international currency, the main currency is euro, pounds, and dollars, is being bought over in Nigeria, bought out, because we have men who have insatiable greed for money, wanting to flex and take money from the people that they have sworn an oath to protect and to govern. It is indeed silly and it is indeed sad that in a 24th century, we are still dwelling in the primitive accumulation of wealth. These governors that are stashing this money, if the story, with a big caveat here, if the story is true, with these governors that are stashing this money, wouldn't they have avoided what Yaradua did? Like someone would say that Bola did that one. My good friend Dr. Damages, that is Rudolph Okonkwo, had an interview with Dele Faro to me, and in that interview with Dele Faro to me, the one who wrote "Do Not Die in Their Wars," and one of the media spokespersons for the P2B presidential campaign, he said that if Lagos State, as they tell you that Tinubu built everything, as if Lagos State was non-existent before he came to power. Now, if he built everything, why is it that whenever he falls sick, he runs to either he runs to England or he runs to Paris? If Lagos State was so much good and that he built everything, why doesn't he stay back home, stay put, and take treatment from that mansion, from that place that he built? Why? Why doesn't he do that? And you can imagine you built a place and that place is so wonderful, well, yet you are unable to stay that place and enjoy it. There are things when you hear them like this, you begin to wonder, these men to learn. Because if they are snatching away these monies and they are planning to run away with this money or do whatever, or buy your vote, buy you over in order to continue the mess, in order to continue the raping that they are doing. By the way, they are raping the younger generations, their futures, without any form of protection. And you watching, not doing anything, it's basically standing by, you are nothing but an enabler of the same evil. What we have to collectively do is to say no to such madness. That such madness, by any means, must stop. We cannot continue allowing such level of madness to continue. I'm trying to see if I can find the video of that interview. So alluded here before by Dele Farotimi. Hold on. So let me quickly see if I can find that part of the interview. I think Rudolph shared that with me before. Or have I deleted it? You know, this is my China phone. So sometimes if information overload happens, you know, you kind of delete some of the things you have in there in order to create space, you know, in order to create space for, oh, so okay, I know where to find it now. What's it called? Okay, yeah, I think I should know where to find it now, and I can play that here. Hold on. Come on, where is it? Oh dear, I think I'm not finding it. Sorry about that. Sorry for the delay, but you know, sorry for. I think it will make sense if I do find this. But again, if you also look, you understand that there is confusion everywhere. I think it was Daniel Boala who asked on Twitter, why is it that when Peter Obi was endorsed as the candidate of, Peter Obi was endorsed as the person the Afenifere is supporting, there was no controversy. But the moment some other person was endorsed, appears to be controversy everywhere. And thank goodness that Paaya Adebanjo stood his ground and came out and said
a few
the
questions
following.
I would like you to answer to so that you can clarify the position of Afenifere, because there are a lot of stories out there about what is going on. The position of you as a leader of Afenifere taking over from Parfa Soronti may be able to clarify. You've told us that you spoke with Parfa Soronti. Now, let me, and I like if you can help me tackle those questions quickly. One of the questions is this. I don't know if you can hear me, Chief Adebanjo. One of the questions that people are asking is, did you consult Parfa Soronti before the endorsement of Peter Obi of the Labour Party?
I don't have to consult. He has handed over the party to me over a year ago. That's not the way we do it in Action Group. And he knows it. I'm not a PDF leader. He said his trial is old and that I should carry on. That is the contents of the letter he gave me. And ever since we have been carrying on, no problem. But when he phoned me, that's why I want to trace that history. When he phoned me and I told him, well, these people want to cause dissension. Get out of it. I know all of them. And Sheung, I would like you to examine all those who are there who you are calling Afenifere. Ask them when did they attend the Afenifere meeting last. And look at all the personnel. They are the Yoruba leaders in the APC. I don't want to go into all that diversion. That's what I have to avoid it. All I want to say
let me then get another clarification.
Our
from what you gleaned from that meeting in Akure, Chief Adebanjo, would you say that was an endorsement from Parfa Soronti?
For what he told me, from what we don't understand, it cannot be an endorsement. Because I told him, receive him as a citizen. I would like you to ask Professor Pontilepe, the side of Afenifere is opposed to it. If he says, yes, okay, I'm okay. But the people are in Afenifere, the secretary, the executive and all that, where we are. But it's those who have left Afenifere, who are jealous of the solidarity there now, and who want to cause dissension that are bringing him in. And I want Professority, don't allow yourself to be put into this mess. I can deal with all of them when there. They were not there when we are doing all these things. But I don't want any diversion at this time. Afenifere is for Obi, hook, like, and sinker. And not
it takes
because
me,
Obi
your
is
response
anything.
now takes me
If
to
even
the
whole of
questions and those who have alleged that Chief Ayuade Banjo has not moved on. He feels offended about what has happened in the past, in the early 2000s, about the political party and your alliance or association with Bola Tinubu and the fallout and a lot of the controversies at that time. But let me ask you, and you have the opportunity to be able to clarify this issue. Have you moved on? Have you forgiven Bola Tinubu from your differences and at that time?
Shehu, I want to correct you and stop talking about forgiving Bola Tinubu. If Bola Tinubu should ask me to forgive him for betraying the party, how can he say I offend him when that is not the basis under which he was elected? That's why I say I don't want to get to this problem. That will be the diversion. If anybody wants to come about that diversion, let them come straight. And they were fighting on board with Papa Fashionati. So by the time you go to this story, you are opening a lot of Pandora box, which will leave the question of the issue of the election on issue-based basis for Obi. It is now down, we are now talking, are you voting for the Yoruba man? And I made it clear in our statement. Presidency is not between the Igbos and the Yorubas. Presidency is a national thing for which if I taught us to be one. So it's not a question of anybody offending anybody. On principle, as I've said, on equity, on inclusion, Southeast must be there. And I said all these things in our statement. If anybody wants to attack, they should attack me on that statement. They should forget the messenger.
So now the reason I left this to play for this long is that so that we have context here. Someone was endorsed and they haven't let loose. Because why? There were people who stood by what their own conviction that the right thing to do is to allow equity and fairness to reign. And equity and fairness to reign means for them to support the right candidate, not only based on competence, but also on natural justice. And this is now this issue at stake. So how do I mean? My issue here, which brings us to the last part of this, is that while some people are sticking to flimsy excuses and things that you cannot really touch, things you cannot really put your hands on, they want to distract everyone from the real deal. The real deal is, how do you speak on issues? How do you ensure that the things you said you're going to do it by your antecedents, by the party you are in? If a party that came on and said we are going to restructure this nation and inserted that in their own constitution to say, this is the constitution of this party, we are going to do XYZ, but as it is, the party came in, jettisoned whatever they promised you that they were going to do, and did absolutely nothing. Rather, whenever you ask them, they will tell you, like what Femi Adesina said yesterday, actually today, that they have delivered on all promises. You ask yourself, how, sir? You have delivered on all promises. Nigerians were buying rice, 13,000 at the time you took over. Bag of rice today in Bayelsa, as of today, 4th November, is 56,000 naira. Bag of rice where you do not have flood is 50,000 naira. Yet the minimum wage that people receive when they go to work is 30,000, meaning the minimum wage cannot even buy a bag of rice for them. And we want to reinforce failure. That's the word of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. We want to reinforce failure. Those that have taken you to the calamity is those that you are fighting tooth and nail to bring back to. Let me take some of your questions. OC is saying that why can't the aircraft return to base? Good question. I do not know why the aircraft have to be parked as opposed to returning to base. I don't know. You know, that's not my forte, but I found it so weird. Recall when Buhari was ill and he spent 100 days in the United Kingdom, that aircraft was parked there. But I think at some I think it was in Stansted at some point because Heathrow would have been too much of a charge. But even at that, it made no sense to allow that aircraft to be there for that long. But whatever reason that they, Papa Binoye said that they waste petrol driving it back and forth. So Kukuma, they cook. So they Kukuma leave it there. Maybe if well, they are not they don't have militants in England. If not, by the time they come back, somebody might have taken the tires. Maybe the engine will even lose. We may have even lost the engine. So who knows? But again, Nigeria is indeed a cruise, So people, this is Friday Hangout with Mazes okay here. It is now time to have your say. For many of you who wish to join, now on the comment section, we will be sharing the link. You can join me and have your say. That's what makes us on this platform. That it is a platform of truth, and it is a place where we explore the truth behind the headlines. Okay? So Buhari has been telling us stories. And recall, my good friend, many of you from Anambra will know that 2022, there are powers that we haven't used. Don't forget all these things that happen. There are powers we haven't used, and we will use these powers very soon. Like this power, we haven't used.
I have so many power. I have Abido Shaker. I have never touched those ones. I have the Bus Kabash. Yes. I have Ganduka Gandusa. Mbeg Iwalonios.
There are ones. The one that I like is the power in Kano. The Gandola Gandusa. The Gandola Gandusa. So all this one, when they do miracle, I want the Gandola Gandusa, because that is the one that is going to save us now. Even me. The one that is going to save, because I need it, because I don't want to miss road before I want to go to Ostalalia. Then I find myself in Nostalalia. So it's the same thing,
This is your dream.
Amen.
I saw you want to enter Australia.
Australia, yes, sir.
Australia.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Oh, Bodom. You want to enter Australia?
Yes, sir.
Australia is an Australia. They are the same. Ta. Sonyata. Australia and Australia, all of you. All area. Australia and Australia.
And so that's where we are. All of them is area. So don't let anybody deceive you. All of them are the same, whether we are in Australia or we are in the Ozarum area. Anywhere that we are, there is area. Or even if we're in Nigeria, because Nigeria, Australia, all of them. But I think the one of Nigeria is the only thing that it is top to bottom.
ABC Nigeria from top to bottom.
So you see, Nigeria, Australia, everything is area. So don't ever ask questions. Those that promised you restructuring are now asking you restructuring my food. Those that said they will restructure Nigeria are telling you restructuring
Elon
can go
Musk
to
is
hell.
talking about constricting the journey from London to New York to 31 minutes. But unfortunately, the topical issue in Nigeria is restructuring. Restructuring my food. To hell with restructuring. Let's improve on the quality of governance. Let's work for the people. Let's invest in.
Those that we are telling you we are going to restructure, we are going to do this, we bring government, and even their presidential candidate told you this.
Truly say to yourself that our country has changed for the better. Are our children safe when they go to school? Are our parents safe when we leave them at home?
So these are people that have said all these things to you, and now they are wanting to come and bamboozle you. Even to a point that some pastors are no longer finding it
You are
funny
saying that
too.
this person cannot perform. Yet you are saying he in our party. Party nonsense. I've told, if you vote party, the way you will suffer, me, I'll be here, I'll tell you, I will suffer with you. Nothing will make me suffer with you. I know too much that I can't suffer. But I can tell you, look, you know I'm a man of God. Try to make mistake. Neither will tumble to 5,000. If you don't want another to tumble to 5,000, better tell yourself what to do. It's a word to you when you vote people who have nothing in their head. If you vote party this time, Nigerians, we go fall our hand and watch on her. All the things they are suffering, am I suffering with you? I'm too connected by covenant to suffer what people are suffering. But if you vote, it's a word to you when your leader is like a child. That means any leader who will be using dampers is dangerous. It's a word to the whole land. When thy king is what? A child. It's the Bible, I'm not the one who said it. It's a word to the whole land. When thy king is a child. They use dampers for children. So if you have a leader who they use dampers, woe to you. And the priest is eating the... It's the Bible, am I the one that said it? Except you want to argue with the Bible. He said, be careful.
So be careful. But I don't know, unless you want to. But if not, so be it. Okay? Unless you want to. But according to the pastor, unless, in fact, we all need to be radical. We all need to be radicalized.
I am not a man. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Everything that you saw me behave, and my radicalness is a possession of the Holy Ghost.
So we all have to be radical. Bring your radicalness, the possessiveness of the Holy Ghost. We are going to be radical. We are going to be radical because it is a Friday and it is a hangout. Our radicalness will come. We have to try as much as possible when our radicalness come that everything that is happening is going to be in the past participle.
You will be a past participant. Yeah. Hey! Ebu agomia. One day we go here. Say yesterday you are a past. So very soon you shall be past. Party. One day. Say tickle. Say tickle.
If you don't get it, very soon, Nigeria will be past participle if your mumu allow you to go and vote the wrong people. Nigeria will be past participle. Before you think they were kidnapping, you will see what kidnapping will be And Asari Dokuba will be in his house in Bayelsa and be laughing and be calling you 70-year-old.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. Oh. I am mumu too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise. You are a mumu man.
You are a mumu man. Now, so many of you are asking questions, and some of you are saying, if I can confirm, I think Alexander Omorodion says it's trending that the POs is paying hourly for Nigerian workers. It was trending that one of the policies, forgive me, one of the policies of POs is the hourly pay for Nigerian workers. Can you confirm that? Yes, I can confirm that it's part of the things that is being considered in the Labour Party policy document, but obviously, the policy document was withdrawn for some amendments to be done. So until the second version of that is released, the other one was leaked to the public. But we do believe that will come out officially before the Benue rally that's going to happen on the 9th of November. The Benue rally is going to be on the 9th of November, especially those of you within the North Central. If you are going to join the support groups, if you want, and some of you who were asking questions yesterday how you could support the campaign, especially those of you in the diaspora, you could by all means use the diaspora network, that is the P2B support network. P2B support network is a network that I am also involved in, so you should be rest assured that integrity and transparency is utmost watchword there. Nothing to worry about. So for those of you who wish to support that, could as well inbox for more information, then you can do that. There are easier ways to also do payments. We can take PayPal, PayPal, that's a zero fee on your side. If you use the email address, that's account@p2bsupportnetwork.com. You can easily use that to do that. Yes, P2B Support Network. And that's Mary J. Thank you very much. But if you also put, let me quickly do this. For some of you who may wish to, and for those who are in the UK, they do have a UK account. And for some of you who may wish to use a Flutterwave, you can also use a Flutterwave. There is a way you can use that. But the only thing the principal didn't say yesterday was, not shying away from donation, but you have to know he is wired differently than many of us, being very a conscious person. But be that as may, the election must be fought and the election must be won. So if you look on the chat section, you will see the P2B Support Network account with the Keystone Bank. That is for those in Nigeria, and for those in the United Kingdom, you will see a Lloyds Bank account. And PayPal is advised for international payments. Many of you can be in America, you can be anywhere in Europe. You can use that to make that payment, and that is account at p2bsupportnetwork.com. Every single kobo is appreciated. Now, like I said before we round up this evening, join me on Sunday evening. I will be having a one-on-one conversation with Catch Ononuju. Catch Ononuju is one of the strategic spokesperson for His Excellency Mr. P2B, who has left the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, and has joined the Labour Party in that capacity. So if it's going to be a very explosive, because it's going to be a bare knuckle conversation where nothing is off the table. And your questions also will be welcomed. That if you join, you may then ask your own question as to what either the campaign or they are doing. If there are any questions that bothers you, you can also join, and those questions will be taken. So people, on that note, I will say thank you very much for being part of this. You've been a wonderful audience, and it's been wonderful being here with you. So we will be rounding up now, and in rounding up, I will say to you, thank you once more. If you can like and share the stream, that will be much appreciated. On that note, I say to all of us, good night and have a wonderful evening. There is nothing else we can do than to be obedient and useful.
For better infrastructure, for better life, yeah, my people. For better roads, yeah, for better hospitals and health, yeah. For light today, for everything to work for us, for Nigeria. No more hunger. Obi for better Nigeria. Obedient and useful. Obi obedient and useful. Obi for better Nigeria. Oh yeah, Obi Hausa man, Yoruba man, Igbo man, Middle Belt, Niger Delta. Let us come together for better Nigeria, for better life, for better health, for better road, from consumption to production.
Nigeria needs you. The youth want you. Wealth manager. Obi Kerenke. The man Obi. Nigeria is Obi. Obi is a man. The man Obi. Nigeria is Obi.
A great nationalist. Gaya wani